Welcome now to Penrith Football Stadium for this clash between Penrith and Eastern Suburbs. It's round 12 of the Winfield Cup, and what an important game it is for Penrith. Almost a necessity for them to win this. They're just out of the 5, the defending premiers, and let's have a look at their team for today. Andrew Leeds at fullback, then Nissan and Mackay on the wings, Bentley and Frankham in the centres, Fittler and Tollett are the halves, then it's Izzard, Cartwright, McNamara, Walker, Kennedy, and Van der Voort is the hooker. Gary Kennedy, of course, the other front row forward. Eastern Suburbs taken out there. And competition front runners level with Brisbane on 16 points, 8 wins, and a very good for and against points record for the Eastern Suburbs side. Seidenkamp at fullback, Prothero and Doyle on the wings, Murray and Orford in the centres, and then the halves are Hall and Freeman, and in the forwards it's Gaffey, Gillard, Salvatore, Sinclair, Hanson and Russell. And of course they're coached by Mark Murray. Craig Salvatore starts this game. Quite a good crowd on hand here at the Penrith Football Stadium. And Glenn Nissan comes back for Penrith. The opening exchanges. Joining me in commentary, Peter Sterling.
And Ray, all the talk has been about the new faces in the Penrith team, but how often have we seen young players get that opportunity, come in and play very well? Having said that, I do think Penrith need big games from both Brad Fittler and John Cartwright this afternoon.
Kennedy playing the ball just inside his own 32-metre line. This is Walker. Gillard wearing the head tape in jumper number 12 for Eastern Suburbs. And Graham Mackay reefs it down the ground, down to the Eastern Suburbs 22 for this exciting youngster, David Seidenkamp. Prothero. Last 4 times they've done battle, these two sides. It's been a win for Penrith. In fact, the Panthers at home this year played on the 6 occasions for 4 wins. And now it's Freeman spinning it away. Brendan Hall at 5'8" for this match. And Gaffey wears the 13 and takes the tackle. Russell is the dummy half and hooker for the match. And Gillard gets play about 11 metres from the halfway mark on tackle number 5. Freeman swinging it back for the kick by Seidenkamp. But Andrew Leeds comes away towards the 40-metre line. He's had a sparkling season with Penrith, Andrew Leeds, after being cut by the Parramatta club. Graham Mackay made himself available for this match when Paul Smith pulled out on Thursday night.
And that is a big plus for Penrith. Graham Mackay certainly established himself as one of the game's top wingers, playing very well at the State of Origin level, and to have him back after his broken hand, well, that's going to be good things for Penrith.
John Cartwright positioned out very wide in the back line, and Leeds takes the tackle on the halfway mark. Walker takes it up. Salvatore and Hanson making the tackle. Solid it was too. Tollett works it blindside, looking for the kick for Mackay. He had to do a bit of work before he put it in. Seidenkamp lets it bounce. The Sun may have played havoc with him, and it finds the line.
Well, I don't know if it was the Sun, along with the fact that Mark Prothero was standing in front of him, that David Seidenkamp allowed to let the ball bounce. Fortunately, that neither player touched it. Ray, an area that Eastern Suburbs do like to hit is the blind side. Gary Freeman is the man to watch. He likes to look to see if they can get numbers, and here they go that way at the moment. Salvatore hitting the ball up, keeping the ball alive.
Jeff Orford. Doyle is the dummy half. Just out from the 22, as you can see. Freeman across, he lets 2 runners go. Wide ball for Gaffey. Gaffey gets it away to Murray. Murray looking for the line.
Good cover defence there from the halfback. Tollett, last tackle. He's dived out from dummy half. Is it a try?
I don't think so. Just watching the touch judge, he's standing back in the field of play. He's been ordered to play it.
Well, I believe they got an extra play of the ball there, Ray. I'm sure that the referee signalled 5th tackle as the player dived over from dummy half. He got up and played the football. It would have been some conjecture about the try if it had been scored. There's the cover tackle from the halfback. The dummy half here, look at the big blind side. Pulled up short again. Tollett was instrumental. I believe that should have been the last tackle.
Penrith coming away with the ball now. Out towards the 32-metre line, McNamara. Tollett. Kennedy. Hansen launching himself in the defence. Penalty to Penrith. A little bit of tit for tat there. McCallum has said that he's not going to allow too much in the tackles. He's pinched Penrith a couple of times. Now he's got Eastern Suburbs. Leeds. Two won the penalties. Eastern Suburbs way. Nissen. Halfback Tollett giving Penrith 6 running forwards with Colin van der Voort not playing dummy half. Grant Izzard puts it down. Fittler scoops it up. That's van der Voort with the ball now. Tollett sweeping it away for Cartwright.
And the referee has signalled 6 again, the play before that, so a good attacking opportunity. Something like 4 tackles here inside the 22, and Graham Mackay off the wing looking to get involved.
Fends off 1. Takes it about 15 out from the line. Fittler calls for it. Turns it away for McNamara. Now Cartwright. Cuts out Fittler, finds a player out wide in the shape of Kennedy. Did well, got the ball down to Fittler. Fittler tries to step through, finds Tollett. He finds Nissen, and Nissen puts it down between the uprights. Good try by Penrith. They maintain the pressure, and they pick up the 4 points for their trouble.
And Brad Fittler looking like a rugby union player out there. Every time he takes the football, looks to keep it alive. The long ball from Cartwright found Kennedy out wide. The ball movement was very good. There's Fittler, the big step again, the right foot one. Up inside, good support from Tollett, who's played well in the opening minutes. And there's Glenn Nissen, who's already played in a grand final for Canterbury, scoring under the posts. From head on, there's the big step. Both feet, Brad Fittler able to do that. And finally, Glenn Nissen has done very well to come off the wing to score under the posts.
What a good try. And what a pass by Fittler. Leeds now from right in front. He adds the further 2 points. And Penrith in Sunday Night League lead Eastern Suburbs by 6 points to 0. Salvatore gets this next passage of play underway.
Well, there's no doubt, Ray, if Eastern Suburbs are to win this game, they have to stop the ball movement from this Penrith team. Fittler was able to put on a try there after the players have been able to keep the ball alive, 2 and 3 tackles. So the first priority for the defender must be to stop the football.
I reckon this kid doesn't like working. Gary Kennedy, hit-ups already and his tackles are quite high. Walker. Good campaigner for Penrith, Barry Walker. Mackay around Sinclair, runs 5 or 6 metres, adding length to the return. Seidenkamp off his own 22. Prothero. Doyle. Gillard. Bumping away for Frankham. And it's left to, on the far side of the ground, Graham Mackay to make that tackle. This is Hansen.
Eastern Suburbs not varying from their match plan, hitting the ball forward. A lot of one-out stuff, a lot of dummy half running, and now Freeman on the last tackle, putting the kick down. It's been charged down, should be 6 again, and signalled that way by referee McCallum.
Jeff Orford. Back slammed into the ground by Cartwright. Freeman. Cut-out pass across for Brendan Hall. Cole Bentley brings him down with some assistance from Grant Izzard, the younger of the Izzard brothers in this first-grade clash today. And this is a high tackle on Sinclair. I think it's John Cartwright that's going to be called out.
It is indeed. Sinclair taking the ball on the fringe of the ruck for Eastern Suburbs. John Cartwright hit the man high. It's been called out. And the touch judge comes on. There's the tackle. Well, he's got him up around the chin area. That is now a head-high tackle. And we'll see a resulting penalty. That'll be the last of the matter. Just a warning to Cartwright.
Cartwright cautioned, penalty given to Eastern Suburbs. McCallum actually called Salvatore over at the same time. He probably not only cautioned Cartwright but gave a sweeping warning to both captains. Keep them down or otherwise I'll send them off. 3-1 the penalties now to the Tricolours. Prothero. Sinclair, he's made a quick recovery. And Eastern Suburbs are only 15 metres away from the line. Freeman folds from right to left and he runs the decoy. Gillard lets one player go. There was a groan from the crowd looking for the shepherd. But now Penrith come up with the ball, but the referee's ordered a knock on anyway.
Well, there was a groan from the crowd, but I don't think there was a shepherd involved there. And actually, McNamara a little bit unlucky here. I thought it might have taken his knee and wasn't a knock on. You see the pass thrown here that shouldn't have been passed. I thought that came off the knee. Could have nearly been play on, but it's an Eastern Suburbs feed and a scrum win the blind side through Gaffey.
Gaffey to play at 11 metres from the line. Freeman spins it out for Brendan Hall. He tries to make the break himself. 8 metres from the line, Brendan Hall. Tim Russell, he tries to do it. Gets within a metre of the line.
Freeman looking for Salvatore to the left.
Here's Freeman with it now. Salvatore, he ran the decoy. Seidenkamp is the runner. Seidenkamp, 8 metres out. And the first real test for the Penrith defence now. Sinclair, battering it away at the line. 5 gone. What will Freeman do? Here he is. Goes himself with the grub kick. And let's see.
It's a try.
I think it's a try. Well, Lady Luck has smiled on Eastern Suburbs. Brendan Hall, I believe, has come up with the try.
And a smart little kick there from Gary Freeman. The defence got up very quickly on his outside, rolled it into a little bit of space. Anything could happen. I think the Penrith player actually got his boot to the ball at some stage. Well, there's Sinclair trying to tow it through. Eventually, Brendan Hall comes through, the number 6, to score under the post. A better view from front on. Gary Freeman in behind the ruck area. There's the kick forward. Well, it's a little bit of a doubt about whether he had control of the football. Might have been a touch of a knock-on, but the referee in great position.
Doyle taking the conversion of the Brendan Hall try. It's successful, so 6 points all in Sunday Night League.
Let's just have a look at this from a different angle once again. Here comes Brendan Hall picking the ball up. Well, gee,
that's okay.
You like that, Ray?
It's sweet.
Okay, then. It's on the board.
Just looking back at that passage of play, though, Peter, a couple of Penrith players, one in particular, had the opportunity simply to fall on the ball and grass it in goal, but he tried to kick it.
Well, obviously, in those situations, it's got to be safety first. You must get down on it. And it's amazing how many tries we see in rugby league scored from the kick. Another one there.
Gillard playing the ball. Gaffey. Very important try to Eastern Suburbs, that one. I just had the feeling that Penrith with all these new... Oh, Salvatore, a good bust. Good clean break. Just had the feeling these young Panthers in front with their confidence high, they could have gone right on with it. Not to say that they won't. Here's Jeff Orford putting the foot down. He's very fast. Not held. Tries to go again. Frankham, he makes the arrest just outside the 22.
And they may look to run it again. No, Gary Freeman has put the kick up. I don't know if the chasers are going to get there in time. Should be an easy one for Leeds, and it is.
But good chase forward, though, by Hanson, the big man.
A good set of 6 there from East. Orford ground down the outside after Salvatore had made a big run up the middle. Under some pressure, the Panthers. There's Andrew Leeds. That's the second or third time he's taken the high ball. But the chasers arriving just a touch too late.
Bentley plays it. Walker. 3 Eastern Suburbs players converging to put Walker down. Cartwright. Cartwright stampeding his way over players. Good piece of work by the Origin player. and, of course, Kangaroo.
And good piece of work by Toll at the half. He's come up with a couple of very good cover defending tackles, and his support play has been very good with the big men. As the kick goes down, will Seidenkamp. Well, actually, Prothero gets back to help. Tackle 10 metres in from touch. Seidenkamp at dummy half, forced to run from that area.
Gets it out towards the 22 line. 6 points all. Eastern Suburbs on top of this league ladder still, contrary to a swell of opinion from the public. They've done it, they're there, and now they're starting to be recognised.
And starting to be recognised up the middle of the ruck, making some good ground. Here comes Salvatore again, taking them on, popping a good ball to Brendan Hall. He's away, ankle tap, John Cartwright.
35 metres out from the line, 5 tackles gone. Brendan Hall will play it back to Gary Freeman. Seidenkamp comes into first receiver, plugs it down into the corner occupied by Graham Mackay, who comes back.
A poor kick, that one from David Seidenkamp. No pressure at all, put against Penrith, and straight to Graham Mackay. You don't want to be kicking to him with open spaces. He brought it back a very easy 15, 20 metres.
Nissan, 62 tackles for Penrith, 42 for Eastern Suburbs. Cartwright, hand off, back for Grant Izzard.
Well, there'll be a penalty here against Jeff Orford for a tackle on David Frankham. I thought the referee could nearly have let that go because the tackle had been completed inside, but certainly Frankham was taken out of the play. There he is on the outside. Touch and go decision, but I can't go against that one. Orford certainly tackled a man without the ball.
Rugby Union International, Andrew Leeds, finding the line, only about 20 metres away, and a chance for the Panthers to go on the attack. Mackay.
Brad Fittler again folding in behind the ruck.
Kennedy, Penrith running in pairs, good support play. Now it's Walker. They're only 8 metres away from the line, almost in the centre of the park. Tollett, wide ball for Fittler, then Grant Izzard. 2 tackles left on this set. Cartwright tries to weight the ball in himself, but he makes a mess of it. I think he may have come back with it, actually. Yes, he has.
And the referee's ruled that this is still the last tackle. So Fittler from dummy half puts the bomb up. Not a badly placed one side, and Camp flies high and comes down with it.
Hanson now rucking it away for Eastern Suburbs. Prothero, wrapped up by Van der Voort, swung into the ground. Murray, Salvatore, back for Murray. Oh, Van der Voort set him up and then crunched him. Prothero. Freeman, they're bogging down inside their own 22. Freeman's kick is a good one. Leeds made a lot of ground to go over and take that on the full.
He's certainly got a great pair of hands, Andrew Leeds, and it's nice to see that he has found a spot in the fullback spot for the Penrith team. Has played very well. The goal kicker, of course, won them a game after the bell a couple of weeks ago with his goal kicking, and really playing very confident football.
Tollett. Tulson Tollett, wearing the famous number 7 Penrith jumper. Cartwright, right across the ground and making no headway. Hanson has been vigorous in defence for Eastern Suburbs. This is the last. Fittler, just keeping it low, sending it down into the corner. It may find touch, it does. Only a metre out from the corner post. Great kick by Brad Fittler. 6 points all then between Penrith and Eastern Suburbs. They spent plenty of time down in their own 22 in the last few minutes, Eastern Suburbs. They need a big run, and Prothero almost provided it. Holding in as Gaffey.
And a very good play the ball there from Prothero, allowed Gaffey to get some momentum up. In 2 tackles, they've gone 20 metres.
Sinclair. Freeman. Brendan Hall. Freeman on the run around. They've made the extra man. Salvatore for Murray. Murray tried to get a ball away. He does for Salvatore. But the referee has given Penrith a penalty.
It was a very nice passage of play there too from Eastern Suburbs, but the final pass from Salvatore to Murray has been ruled forward. Nissan did well to come in. Here's the last pass. Well, I don't know if that was forward or not. The referee has deemed it that way, and now the decision as to whether to kick for goal. They have decided to kick for goal. Andrew Lead 12 metres in from touch, 35 metres out.
Andrew Leeds now. 12 metres in from touch. 32 metres out. Struck it beautifully. It's got there. 2 points. Another valuable 2-pointers off the boot of Andrew Leeds. 8 points to 6, the Panthers. Salvatore, third time he's had to kick off in the match.
Interesting to see who Phil Gould is going to bring off. There's a big tackle there, it's going to be called out.
Salvatore.
Yeah, it's a little bit unlucky. I thought the player might have actually fallen into it. Glenn Nissan is up off the ground, onto his feet. A little bit of a smile from Salvatore. Again, just a warning. Here we see Nissan stepping back inside. Salvatore comes through. Well, he had the arm extended.
Vandervoort. Walker running the decoy. Fittler now with the ball off for Cartwright. Clark. Mackay. Freeman just put a bit of pressure on him, and Mackay really miscued. The bounce has been horrible for him. Prothero fends away from Tollett. Mackay comes over to make the tackle.
And there might just be a charge down in Graham Mackay before this match is out. They have put some pressure on him. I'm surprised they haven't gone to Andrew Leeds maybe once or twice, but Mackay has done all the kicking, and they are starting to get to him.
Hansen. Handoff by Hansen after he took the ball to the line. Hall wrapped up by young Tulson Tollett. Freeman. Salvatore comes back inside. Russell. Gillard. Orford this time. He puts it in the air. Again Leeds is tested, and again he takes it magnificently. He never takes his eyes off the ball, Leeds, and he just turns his body sideways on to take the impact.
Eastern Suburbs will be a little bit disappointed that Steve Hansen appears to be their best chaser on those kicks. He was the first man there once again. They need a couple of their backs getting through, putting more pressure and flying higher than the big man.
McNamara. Brett Boyd is now doing the dummy half work. Clark. Mackay did well to get his kick in. Seidenkamp, again no pressure.
Well, here's this pressure we're talking about on Graham Mackay and the kick. Some good work from the Eastern Suburbs player, Bruce Sinclair.
Played by Salvatore. Freeman. Chosen to captain the New Zealand side. Announced yesterday, Tim Russell. Salvatore. Doyle. That's the halfway line.
There is a chance back this way if they decide to run the ball. But finally, number 12, Gillard, was forced to kick. The Penrith were short in numbers there. They only had the one centre looking to keep the ball alive now. Tollett will be tackled. But a couple of the Penrith players getting caught out in defence, especially the halfback and the lock being caught on the same side of the field. That leaves them short on the other side.
Bentley wrapped up and put on the ground just inside the 32-metre line. Walker. Fittler. McNamara. Cartwright. Frankham. Oh, picked up and driven by a much smaller man in the shape of Gary Freeman. Cartwright for Tollett. And Tollett's kick is a good one. It's turned both the winger and the fullback around. Prothero off his own line. Coulson Tollett did well, brings a round of applause from the crowd. Doyle. Orford. Neither side giving very much, Peter Sterling.
No, just a good kicking game from both teams and trying to force the mistake at the other end of the field. Very mistake-free play here. Gary Freeman waving his players on. He wants a bit of momentum out of their own area. And now Gillard takes it forward, keeping the ball alive back to David Seidenkamp.
This is the last tackle for Eastern Suburbs. Freeman holding it back, deciding to go himself. Salvatore did well to get a pass away. Down the ground, Gaffey, backing up Freeman. Burrows his way through. Gaffey again. Now Orford. Oh, can they put this down? Yes, they can. Orford has scored a super try.
What a magnificent piece of rugby league there, and Gary Freeman take another bow, as you've done all season. The last tackle kept the ball alive. I thought that Salvatore was interfered with, but he was able to keep the ball alive. Here's the dummy on the last tackle, straight through. There's Salvatore, held from behind. Fittler was the man. Nigel Gaffey knew it was the last tackle. There's Freeman backing up. Burrows through three defenders, and Gaffey stayed alive. There's the little kick from Orford at the end. He had enough speed to get in. Great finish and a very good option on the last tackle. It all starts with this man, the dummy. Cartwright fell for it. There's Salvatore, gets a good ball away from Nigel Gaffey. Now the important thing was all these players stayed alive. Freeman did, Gaffey did. Draws Andrew Leeds, Jeff Orford, one defender to beat. The little kick through, left-footed, dives on the ball. Great try, Eastern Suburbs.
Magic. 4 tries for the season for Jeff Orford. Rod Doyle with 1 out of 1. In flight, it's going well wide of the uprights. And after a sensational try, Eastern Suburbs grabbed the lead at 10 points to 8.
Did have a little bit of luck in the Melbourne Cup last year. Does like a punt.
Salvatore taking it up to Penrith. Every set of 6 he gets involved. Now let's have a look at this.
Well, it's Salvatore once again. He's been sent off. Craig Salvatore sent from the field. Eastern Suburbs in possession of the football.
Well, Brett Boyd got up and looked amazed that the player would be sent off.
Well, let's have a look at the incident now. Boyd all over Salvatore, plays the football, gets up, and there's the headbutt. That's a send-off offence. Silly play, Craig Salvatore. He is a representative player, very experienced. Made the decision for the referee, had to send him off.
Well, there has been many that think that his discipline was down. I'm talking about in the past. And now it's rushed back to the surface again for Craig Salvatore. Andrew Leeds, 2 out of 2. 17 metres in from touch. 21 metres out. Guides it around gently. And a further 2 points. So we're back to level again. 10 points all, Penrith and Eastern Suburbs. There's the siren, there's the half-time break. Salvatore sent off. The scoreline, 10 points all. East's going to do it hard in the second half. Greg McCallum blows time on. Andrew Leeds gets us off now for the second half. Gaffey coming back, and of course the Eastern Suburbs team with a lot of work to do. Penrith 6-4, the penalties they lead. Scrums 4-0 to Eastern Suburbs. And the top tacklers in the forward division, Cartwright and McNamara for Penrith, Russell and Gillard for Eastern Suburbs. The backs, and Tollett has made 9 for Penrith, Hall and Freeman 7 apiece for Eastern Suburbs. So every forward has got to lift his game. a few percent to make up for the loss of Craig Salvatore. It'll be a marvellous effort if they can win, given the adversity.
And the only way they can win, Ray, is to keep their handling errors to a minimum, try and work out their set of 6 tackles as often as possible, and to try and slow the pace of the game down. They've got to take a few risks in keeping the tackle play down there as long as possible as Tollett runs off Cartwright. Penrith starting the second half off well, with Cartwright again getting involved.
Cartwright working play down to the 22 line. Looking at a cut on the right eye of Tim Russell. I think he'll be sent to the blood bin shortly. Away from Walker to Fittler. Fittler pirouettes, then tries to slip through. 5 gone. Tollett, he puts it in the air. Now a test for young Seidenkamp, but he was nowhere to be seen. Chance for Penrith. Away now to Frankham, but the referee has given a penalty to Eastern Suburbs, ruling that Penrith were offside. Touched in flight by them, and the player that fell on it was in an offside position.
And again, have a look at the skill here of Brad Fittler keeping this ball alive. Tapped the ball up, he was offside, but he did create an opportunity out wide anyway.
There goes Tim Russell now to the blood bin. That would see Steve Benkick go onto the field for Eastern Suburbs. Bad mistake by East. They can't afford to do that. Leeds. He's played well, the little halfback, Coulson Tollett. McNamara. Jolting stuff by Hanson. Sinclair underneath. Tollett. Cut-out ball away for Clark. They're right on the 22. Good field position for Penrith. Tollett, Cartwright, turns it inside for Fittler, slides it away for Walker. 15 out. Barry Walker to play it. Cartwright turning it inside. Bentley, 5 metres out, 5 tackles gone. Now, Brett Boyd has done it. Boyd has done it from dummy half.
Well, a very simple try scored there, and it comes back again to the Eastern Suburbs team failing to find touch with the penalty kick. They shouldn't have had a set of 6 against them in their own 22, and Brett Boyd from dummy half kept down very low, drove in underneath a couple of Eastern Suburbs players. There's Gaffey and Gillard, and a nice try there. A lot of desperation shown next to the post, and Andrew leads a very simple conversion. The important thing was Boyd stayed down low.
That's where it started, failing to find touch with the penalty. Leeds right in front. Easy for Andrew Leeds. And Penrith now extend their lead. 16 points to 10. Gaffey takes over the kick-off duties for Eastern Suburbs.
And Ray, even though we are early into the second half, I'm sure that Penrith must fancy their chance of scoring points, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the field goal back in vogue. Here's Graham Mackay coming in from the left wing. A big run there. But the 7-point buffer would be very attractive to them.
Boyd. Clark. Nissan, strong run by the winger. Handy meters. Fittler kicks on the last. Keeps it low, torpedoes it. It'll roll onwards, and it does. 16 to 10. Penalty goes to East from the scrum. Yes, he's ruled that they've had too many backs, Penrith. In other words, the lock breaking too early. London Hall finding the line. Motherwell. Gillard. Sinclair. Henson now.
There's a replacement player on dummy half now. Steve Benkick has taken the field, swings the ball out to Gary Freeman as they go to their back line. And hauls through, just covered up there by Vandervoort.
Freeman working that blind side. This is Murray. Turnover of possession. Penrith come up with it. 10 metres their side of halfway. Leeds. McNamara. Hanson, so many times. He's been the first forward up in defence and on the chase of kicks. Fittler. Fittler turns it for Tollett. Good play, Brad Fittler. Good support, Tollett. Two sets of hands now to McNamara. Walker gets inside the 32. Penrith take it down to the 22 line. Very good piece of play.
And Cartwright too wide here, got a lot of men outside him. Steve Hanson caught pretty wide for Eastern Suburbs here.
Cartwright runs at Hanson. Takes the tackle just inside the 22. Bentley, Tollett, Clark. Last tackle now for the Panthers. Probably go to the air. Here's Fittler. Goes for the drop goal. Had a bit of time at his disposal. He gets the 1 point. So that gives them that cushion that Peter Sterling was talking about. Penrith 17, Eastern Suburbs 10.
Yeah, a good kick here from Fittler. There was some pressure coming through, but got back onto his right foot. And that now means the opposition have to score twice.
It's Bruce Sinclair, I believe, that's being spoken to. Freeman there in his capacity now as captain. Might be for this late charge on Fittler. Nothing in it though, really. Mackay, keen to work today. He always is. I don't mean to be disrespectful to him, but considering he's been out so long, he came in at the last hour to replace Paul Smith at his... he volunteered to Phil Gould that he'd play, even with the broken hand. He's been a very willing worker for Penrith so far. Walker. Nissen. Not the first time that Glenn Nissen has been teamed up with coach Phil Gould. Fittler. It's the bigger kick from Fittler. Seidenkamp. Good chase by Penrith.
And they've done that well all afternoon, Ray. Their kicking game has been very good. That time they found Seidenkamp on the full, but most often they've had to run to the football after it's bounced. And the chase team has been very, very good. Certainly played good field position. There's Jeff Orford struggling out of dummy half to make any ground.
Steve Benkick.
He is, of course, on for, as Tim Russell's replacement in the blood bin. Gary Freeman now gets the kicking game going, and Leeds comes across. Well, that's his first mistake. Just tried a little bit too much there, and the knock-on results. He'll be disappointed with that effort. He didn't have to try and catch it on the full. Now Eastern Suburbs play within 30 metres.
Eastern Suburbs with a chance. Freeman, Hall, spirals out of a tackle, gets it down inside the 22-metre line. Dummy half is Seidenkamp. Freeman, Gaffey, Cartwright and Van der Voort, they make the tackle. Gillard, 9 metres from the line. Can the Roosters pick up a try here? Benkick. That's the 4th tackle. Seidenkamp sweeps it away. Freeman knocks on. Well, Gary was thinking about what he was going to do with it. He knows exactly what went wrong. Doesn't need to be told.
Hasn't made many mistakes this season, but just took his eye off the football, tried to cover it up.
Walker. Talking about depth, Peter. And Penrith even allowing for the number of reserve graders that are up in the top grade today. They won reserve grade 25-6, and they won the under-21s 30 points to 18. Cartwright tried to slip one of those passes of his around the corner, but Doyle is the wrong recipient of the ball. Well, as far as John Cartwright's concerned.
Doesn't need to do this, John Cartwright. Would have been better just to take the tackle. He's a thorn in the side of the opposition at the moment, but he's just got to play with some discipline. He's worked very, very hard. For mine, he's been the best Penrith player out there with his work rate.
Played by Tassel. This is Freeman. Hall. Let's take a look at the tackles, and there's nothing in that department. A lot of tackles, but nothing between them. Murray wrestled down just outside the Penrith quarter. Freeman, again they resort to the air, see if they contest it. Well, not really. Leeds takes it comfortably again.
The only time that Leeds is going to be in trouble is if he actually drops the ball. There's no way knowing that anybody can be there to catch the football out of his hands, and that's what I'm critical of.
Well, if they thought that Andrew Leeds was a bit shaky under the bomb, that's fine, but you should contest a player that's got a weakness in that area.
Well, I don't know where they've come up with the thought that maybe he's not good under a high ball. Anybody who can catch the ball in front of a rampaging All Black pack at rugby union level is my fullback.
Clark. Mouth guard just popping out of Paul Clark's mouth. Fittler. He's played well today, Brad Fittler. He had to. I said that earlier on. If Penrith were to win this match, Fittler had to really fire. Seidenkamp. Just listening to the scores coming through from other grounds. It's likely that Brisbane will be on top of the table on their own at the end of the day's proceedings. 17-10 here. Penrith leading the joint competition leaders.
And a good run there from Gaffey. Interesting, Ray, speaking to Craig Pollamount on the Wide World of Sports this morning, when he was asked, was there a standout team? He believed it was Brisbane. The Eastern Suburbs in some trouble here. They've stayed at the top of the table most of the season, but as you say, Brisbane may be there tonight by themselves as East look to keep the ball alive. Back inside from Doyle to Russell. Well, it could have been an intercept there taken, but Seidenkamp picks the ball up. Back to Freeman.
And this man is Gillard. I was going to let you go. Murray.
They've got to earn your keep somehow. Finally, Prothero gets a foot to the ball. He's a mile offside, that East player.
Well, he's got to be kidding. He must think Pete McCallum's ready for Gibb and Beeman. McCallum is smiling.
Well, there's a shake of the head. Might have been okay on an Australian rule spiel, but he's fair dinkum 2 metres in front of the kicker. And that's a penalty to Penrith.
Little nick there under the eye of one of the Penrith players. Brett Boyd it is. Big Steve Hansen getting ready to come back into the battle.
Wasn't a very big break for Steve Hansen.
Gillard's the player that will come off. And Penrith finding the line practically on the halfway. Tollett, Mackay. My ball, he says. Awesome sight running straight at you. McNamara. Tollett, Fittler. Leeds chiming into the back line. Fittler again. Using the fend a couple of times, but Benkick pulls him down right on the halfway, centre of the park. Walker. Tuesday night we go to Newcastle. Great Britain versus the Newcastle Knights. You mentioned Brisbane earlier, Peter. They announced today unequivocally that they were leaving Lang Park to go to QE2 Stadium as of next year. Big news in rugby league up there. A political battle raging. Be hard to imagine going to do Broncos matches anywhere other than Lang Park.
Well, there might be some Sydney teams that aren't too disappointed with that decision. Lang Park built up that little bit of an aura about it. As Freeman still scheming, finds Brendan Hall and their side and camp getting involved. Freeman, well, he's a will o' the wisp, he's everywhere. Eastern Suburbs throwing the ball around, but it's finally gone to a Penrith.
Van der Voort it is. 10 metres his own side of the halfway.
They haven't given up hope, Eastern Suburbs, but their final pass on many occasions just going to the wrong man or going to ground. There's Van der Voort in between the Eastern Suburbs players.
Grant Izzard right on the halfway line. Penrith with that field goal successful from Brad Fittler. 7 points in front. Time running away now for Eastern Suburbs. Walk up. Cartwright going from the open to the blind. The kick came off the back of an Eastern Suburbs player. That would not nullify the tackle count. Fittler puts it down into the... Oh, look at Mackay. Oh, Mackay was flying onto it. Well, and then the ball took a left-hand turn.
He is the luckiest player on the field, Rod Doyle. He just did not turn and chase one iota until Mackay had run 10 metres past him. I don't know what he was thinking, but if that ball stays in the field of play, it's a try to Mackay, and Doyle would not have contested it.
Scrum close to the Eastern Suburbs line. Hall. Gaffey. Hanson. It's Russell. Been a hard slog for Eastern Suburbs. It's repeating if you've joined Sunday Night League late. Craig Salvatore sent from the field 1 minute before half-time on a head-butting charge. The big Liverpool kiss. That will be the charge from Greg McCallum, from Salvatore on Brett Boyd. Leeds. Tollett. Cartwright, he's been strong today. Captained the side. He's played a real captain's role.
He's led very well, Ray, and Penrith just playing smart football now. They're winding the clock down. They realise that everything is in their favour. Two most important, well, there's a good ball back inside to Fittler, but well picked up on the half volley. They realise that the scoreboard is in their favour along with the clock. But they're still playing some nice, attractive football as Tolson Tollett drives it into the in-goal area. Doyle's chased that one, and Mackay's chased him.
Doyle able to beat Mackay. Comes to Grant Izzard, but taken in a front-on tackle. Russell. Flung down by Brett Boyd. Freeman. 13 is Gaffey. Ball up the centre. 40 metres out from their own line. Hanson gets over the halfway. They're prepared to flick past. They're prepared to do anything to keep the ball alive. They realise that that's the only way out. But is there a way out?
Well, let's have a look. Was this a knock-on? Here's Hansen trying to get the ball out. Gee, that's a line ball decision, that one. That could nearly been play on. Seidenkamp would have scored a try. Here we see it from another angle. Difficult to pick up whether it's gone forward. But there's no knock-on there from Seidenkamp. The referee, I grant you, was in very good position.
Bentley. Listen now. Vandervoort. McNamara. Penrith just grinding their way to what seems now the inevitable for Eastern Suburbs. And this will be 5 in a row for Penrith over Eastern Suburbs in their last clashes. Fittler grabs for himself, tries to get a second strike on it, but then it's a knock-on by Eastern Suburbs. Steve Benkick disappointed.
Well, he did well to get down on this. Brad Fittler and Tollett were coming through. He cleaned the ball up, then tried to get up, and out it popped. And there's the knock-on there. Graham Mackay in from the scrum win and putting some pressure, just dragged down by Jeff Orford.
Tollett. Clark. Boyd scampering over to dummy half. Blindside for Tollett. Switches the point of the attack through Cartwright and Fittler. Now it's with Bentley. Leeds is with him, that's Leeds. Good ball for Mackay. Mackay put down 15 out from the line.
And great tackle, Steve Hansen on Mackay.
Kennedy's back with us. Grandizard the decoy, Tollett the ball carrier, now it's Leeds. Back for Tollett, backing up. Around the back it goes for Walker. Can he promote it? Takes it down within 6 metres of the line. 5 metres out. Cartwright, he puts the grubber kick through. Oh, it's a beautiful kick and Vandervoort scores. Vandervoort picks up another try. Or John Cartwright. I didn't know he could kick like that, but that was beautifully weighted. In fact, the bloke sitting next to me, I don't think he could have done it better.
Well, it was a great kick there. It was the last tackle. Cartwright read it well, saw that the defence had come up and nobody in behind sweeping, and Vandervoort, just as importantly, read the kick well. He knew that it was last tackle and that may be an option for Cartwright. The little stab kick through, that's wrapped the ball game up. Vandervoort doesn't score many tries, but he's always close when they are scored.
What a splendid game it's been for John Cartwright. That has really put a stamp of approval on it. Andrew Leeds, with the conversion of the Colin Vandervoort try. Maybe I should call it the Vandervoort-Cartwright try. 23 out. Gee. Andrew Leeds has got it on a string. 23-10, the home side, Penrith power. This will be the last restart for Eastern Suburbs, and for them it'll be thankful they've had their backs to the wall since they lost Salvatore.
And once again, Ray, it just shows that there's no way that a team can win with 12 men against 13 in this day and age. I know that we saw Parramatta do it against Canterbury, but Canterbury will realise that was a dismal performance. We've seen some sendings off in the last couple of weeks, and each time those teams have gone on and won. Here's Fittler kicking into open spaces. Seidenkamp cleans up well, beats a couple of defenders, and a good tackle by Andrew Leeds there, who's had a wow of a game. Rod Doyle out from dummy half, only a couple of minutes left on the clock. They'll look to keep it alive, but too little too late now for the Roosters.
Freeman with the long ball for Hall. Gaffey looking to pop the one-hander back inside, but this Penrith defence swarming over their lesser numbers. Hansen, in a beaten side, he's played strongly. Freeman hasn't stopped trying. Tassel. 5 gone and seconds remaining. Penrith with another replacement out there at the moment in jumper 23, Shane Boyd, coming on in the last few minutes of the game. Last few seconds, I should say.
And I've got to give a rap to this Tolson Tollett, the halfback. He's just done everything very, very well in his debut in first grade. Some great cover defence early on when Penrith needed someone coming across in dangerous situations. The support play has been great, and so is his linking between backs and forwards as the clock winds down. Good performance from Penrith.
And there it is, it's all over. 23 points to 10 in favour of the Panthers over the Roosters.